So 2025, definitely a fun year here in sneakers. Today, I wanted to highlight one of this year's more polarizing releases, a sneaker which takes us back to a time in the early 2000s where, say, you might have been rocking a 3X tall tee, listening to the latest Dipset mixtape, but time where Bapesters were actually fresh on the scene. So of course, we're talking the Concrete Boys, It's Us for It's One by Lil Yachty, a sneaker which gets a lot of love for its vibrant colors, its throwback vibes, but also for those very same reasons gets a lot of hate. But what I could say is, as far as this sneaker compared to the debut, which we saw drop late last year, is definitely a complete 180. So today I want to discuss how Lil Yachty turned things around, and as far as this sneaker, does Yachty have a potential sneaker of the year candidate on his hands?
I just want to get on here and say, damn, I think it's so crazy. Like, I did not intend this many people to like the shoes. It's so crazy. I see them everywhere, and it's so funny. At first I was going to say, like, when we were at first when the shoes were about to come out, I was like, damn, I wonder what the like, how the people gonna wear these? Cause like, my head, I was like, damn, I feel like it's loud. It's a loud ass shoe, but. Man, y'all niggas be wearing that bitch with anything, purple, green, gold. I been seeing this bitch on with anything, bold. But I ain't gonna lie. I like seeing everybody like different fits with the kicks. Just seeing people seeing how people put them bitches together.
So it's cool to see bro excited like that for his release. As far as this colorway, it seems that they were much more successful, a lot more popular than I guess anticipated, especially coming off that first pair, which was a little more plain Jane, somewhat more uniform. So I guess people fell in love with the bright colors, the callbacks to those early Bapester days, the patent leather Air Force Ones. And when you actually see bro like how happy he is right here, it's just so cool to see, because if y'all recall last year, towards the end of the year, where he sat at the Complex Sneaker of the Year panel, it was a whole different story. So it seems like he wasn't really able to take a lot of criticism for that first release. So it's just cool to see that bruh has done almost like a complete 180 turnaround.
He was sucking so hard on Instagram yesterday or 2 days ago.
I want to say this. Wait.
It's so crazy. Hold on. Let me talk to him. Wait. You, sir, was sucking so hard on Instagram in your little apartment, talking shit about the sneaker. And talking about, he said, someone said, but all this shoe wasn't unique, and Yachty, Jay-Z, and New York, and blah, blah, blah. Like, nigga, shut the up, bro.
I want to say 2 weeks.
All that for 20,000 views and 500 likes. I hate I hate niggas like him, because I can't even hear you. I don't even know what you're talking about. I hate niggas like him. But black niggas like that hating on another nigga. I don't know him, he don't know me, just hating just to hate. Just cause. Ain't got shit.
Yachty.
Ain't shit. I can't even hear you. I don't even hear what you're saying.
I want to say
nothing going on.
Can I say 2 things?
Just slurping, munching, pot gobbling.
You can't do that to my friend. You can't.
Ball juggling. I mean, just doing all kind of like.
He's a friend of the wrong with ball juggling.
All kind of.
2 things.
All kind of slobbering and.
Go ahead.
Hey, wipe your mouth. That's all I gotta say. Wipe your mouth, because you are a sucker. That's all.
Nothing wrong with sucking.
And I'm gonna be outside. You got, I'm outside too.
No, go ahead.
Anyways.
So here we go. This is a look at the first Concrete Boys, It's Us for It's One, which we saw debut late 2024. I think these actually dropped in November. So as you guys see, a lot more simple. Essentially an all-white Air Force One, but of course with the navy accents, it does help highlight the logos, which represent Lil Yachty's record label, his group, the Concrete Boys. The logo represents that they're solid, you know, with the little dude laying bricks or whatever. So I thought they were nice, you know, a little bit simple, but kind of paying homage to some classic Air Force Ones, such as like them Rockefeller joints. Real simple. I thought they were cool, but as far as like the public's overall reception, it seems like a lot of people thought that they were just a little bit too plain, as well as the critics, such as Beamer Williams, which we just saw here in the clip. Lil Yachty absolutely violating dude, but after that, of course, they did patch things up, which is kind of crazy that took place on the Complex stage like that. But when it comes to this sneaker, you know, everybody you know, sometimes could take a little miss here and there. We see Yachty, he didn't really respond too well to the criticism, but as far as with the follow-up, a lot more colorful, a lot more bright, I think due to the fact that the fashion influencer kind of little community or whatever really took notice to those, the nice throwback vibes. I think that's what made that second pair such a success. And when you talk about the Concrete Boys Air Force One, the trajectory of Lil Yachty and his Nike collaboration, due to the fact that it seems like that second pair really was a lot more popular than even they expected. Remember, that shoe was super limited, which is why you've seen the resale prices really like go crazy and skyrocket. It seems like a lot of people actually want to double back on those. Maybe it passed up, but now they see people rocking them, are like, yo, them joints are absolutely dope. But as far as the next releases, which we've seen teased, I don't really know, y'all. I mean, they're cool or whatever, but as far as matching up to that second pair, I don't really know. So of course we did see Yachty rocking these at a recent festival. What you got here is a black Air Force One, but this time with the purple accents. I feel like these may be inspired by like a Sacramento Kings colorway or something like that. So I thought these were nice, you know, with the little subtle details. But you know, overall, while I think these are cool, maybe not connecting with the masses like that. You know, essentially this is gonna get the same critics that the first pair got, just a little bit too plain, too simple, and not doing itself enough to really like stand out amongst the pack. But then you have this other pair, which I think has surfaced recently, at least this is the first time I'm seeing them, with this full kind of like crocodile upper. Now this one, I feel like is a lot more vibrant, well, maybe not vibrant, but a little more loud than that black pair or that first white pair. But again, I'm not a huge fan. Like with the crocodile upper, it kind of takes away from the logos. You can't really see the font as pronounced on here. So when you talk about these, which I'm not loving too much, I actually like these black and purple joints better. I feel like this is not really gonna live up to the hype of that second pair. And maybe something that Yachty and the team want to revisit, because again, none of these have been confirmed to be official releases, but rather just samples that we've seen floating around. So after the success of that lucky green colorway, maybe they want to take things back to the drawing board, maybe give us something that's a little more in kin to that kind of a release like that. So we'll see what the future holds for Yachty and Nike. I said I want to see him take his talents over to Jordan brand and hit us with like a crazy pair of Jordans. I would say maybe something like a pair of 5s, maybe a pair of Jordan 8s, just because like, think for example, Aqua 8s, Grape 5s, they had that like loud kind of interesting 90s colors, which I feel like Yachty incorporates a lot in his looks and his fashion and everything. So with Yachty, I think he has a bright future with Nike. We saw them lucky green Air Force Ones really take off. Prices have been skyrocketing. And as far as his next Air Force One collab, I think maybe they want to take it back to the drawing board, give us something a little more bright and colorful. And I do want to see Nike and Yachty take things further, you know, maybe giving us some clothing releases, but also, you know, letting him touch some other classic Nike models. Maybe something like an Air Max 95 would be cool, or whatever, man. Like any model, I think it would be cool. Maybe one of them Deion Sanders joints, maybe like an Air Trainer or something like that. But only the future will tell. So let me know what y'all think. Are you guys rocking with these? And towards the end of the year, do you feel like these are popular enough to maybe say make the sneaker of the year list? It would be crazy, because that's the very same stage which he kind of violated Beamer Williams, and for him to kind of have a full redemption, a complete 180 at Complex this year, I think that would be a dope story. So that's all I got for you guys. Checking in right here. JA, of course, I will catch you guys next time. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out, y'all. Love.